Hello again, it's Mrs. Parry here to teach you the second day of the vocabulary work for treasure hunt. In a moment I'm going to pop into the right hand corner of your screen as usual, and I will talk you through the PowerPoint for today's vocabulary lesson. This is day 2 of the vocabulary for the narrative unit treasure hunt, and as yesterday, we're going to use exactly the same processes to use the to learn the vocabulary in the second part of the text. So just to remind ourselves about the process that we need to use if we're trying to find a word and work out the meaning. We use our scanning skills, very important in reading, moving our eyes very quickly across the page to find a word, and also using the context of the sentence to work out the meaning of the new word. So the first thing, if you've got a word you want to find out the meaning for, is scan the text quickly and find the word. Read the sentence that that word's in. Consider the word class. Is it a verb? Is it an adjective? Is it being used as a noun or an adverb? And that might give you a clue. Have you seen the word in a different form before, or met it in a different context? Maybe you've read that word before, or even you've heard it in speech. Then think of another word that would make sense in the sentence. So take that word out and see what would actually make sense in the sentence. Swap your new word into the sentence that you think it might be and see if it still makes sense. And then write down your definition. Okay, let's look at the next slide. So let's look at the vocabulary words for paragraph 3. In a moment, you're going to stop the video, write down these words, and then write down the definition that you think the word means in this sentence. So the words are a streak, abruptly, cloth, and shawls. Some of those words you might know the meanings for. But if English is another language that you don't speak at home, they might be words that you haven't heard before. So let's have a look. A streak. Let's scan the text and see if we can find the word. See if you can find it before I do. Okay, 1, 2, 3 streaks of metal and wood sailed past them, each one closer than the last. 1, 2, 3 streaks of metal and wood sailed past them, each one closer than the last. Okay, so I'd like you to write those words down in your book. I'm not going to tell you the meaning of that word. I want to see how you do by yourself today, because you've got the hang of the process. So find the word, scan the text, find the word, write the word in your book, and then next to it might help again if you work out the word class. So a streak, here it's being used as a plural, streaks, it's still a thing, so it's a noun. So if you want to also write that in brackets next to the word, and then draw a dash, write a dash, and write the definition that you think it means. Okay, stop the video now, write those 4 words and write down the definition you think. Now let's have a look at the definition match. So these words, the same words, have been muddled up. So the definition isn't next door. You have to look around and see which one you think fits. The way I do this is to read the sentence it's in and then swap in each of those definitions and see what would make sense. I'll just model that to you. Let's do it with the word streaks. 1, 2, 3 stripes or strips or stripes of metal and wood sail past them. That would make sense. 1 or 2 or 3 soft material like cotton. No, that doesn't make sense. Scarves? Would they be made of metal and wood? No, that doesn't make sense. Suddenly? No, that doesn't make sense. So my guess is that it is something to do with something that's like a stripe. So let's put that in and see if it makes sense. 1, 2, 3 stripes of metal and wood sailed past them, each one closer than the last. And then we go on. Do we find out what they are? Are there any other clues by reading on that you can find? No. But they're hunters. So the clues are actually before. Can you see where it says an arrow? Eliza whispered, hunters. So the clue as to the meaning of that word is actually before it in the text. And you have to watch out for that when you're looking for the meaning of the word. Don't just read the single sentence it's in, read around it, because there might be clues before it in the text or after it in the text. Here, it was before, and we know that it's an arrow. So then that makes sense. A stripe of metal or wood, it's actually the arrow. So stop the video now, write the words down, and next door to them write their correct definition. Now you can mark your work. Did you get them right? Moving on to paragraph 4. Again, write the words down. Jabbed, loomed, and menacingly. Try and work out the word class. Like with jabbed, it ends in the ed. It's a verb. So in brackets after it, write verb. Loomed, again, ends in the ed. Menacingly. Can you find that word in the text? Menacingly. That loomed menacingly over them. So it adds definition and description to the verb loomed. So it's being used as an adverb. So you can write adverb next to it. So write the word class in. Read the sentences those words are in. Read around it. Read a bit before it and a bit after it in the paragraph. And write down the definition that you think it means. Okay, stop the video now. Now it's your turn to do the word and definition match. So to do this one, read the word, read the sentence it's in, and then swap in those definition choices and see which one makes sense. So find the word jabbed. Excited, he jabbed his finger at a point on the map. He jabbed his finger. He towered above his finger? No. He, with a sense of danger or aggression. Does that make sense? Don't think so. He pointed suddenly. Yeah, he pointed suddenly. He jabbed his finger. We point with our finger, so that's the clue. So write the words down and write the correct definition next to it. Stop the video now. Now to mark them. Did you get them right? Paragraph 5. Let's look at the vocabulary words that we're looking at in paragraph 5. A scene, tentatively, canvas, awestruck, and enveloped. Not pronounced enveloped. It looks like enveloped, but it's enveloped. Next door to each, I'd like you to write the word class in a moment, and then find those words in the sentence, read around it, and see if you can write down the definition that you think that word means. So stop the video now, write the words down, and write down the definition that you think would fit. Off you go. Now time for your word match activity. See if you can write the words down, swap those meanings in, and see which one you think makes the most sense. Okay, off you go. Write the words down in your book and then see if you can write the correct definition matched next door. Off you go. To mark your work. Did you get them all right? Now for your challenge. Now that you've matched all the new vocabulary to their correct definitions, have a go at writing some sentences or writing your own paragraph using those words. So you could try challenge 1. Choose a few of the words and write a sentence for each. Try and use the narrative style as if you're writing a story, and that will help prepare you for when you do your writing and your story at the end of this unit. Or you could choose a few of the words and try and put them into a paragraph of your own. Again, try and use the narrative writing style. I hope that was nice and clear. I hope the vocabulary words and their definitions are now in your head, and as you read that text, it makes much more sense to you. Again, a good way of practicing is to split up a piece of paper, cut up some sections, some little strips, and write the word on the strip of paper. Fold it up, pop it in your box, add it to yesterday's words, and then pull them out and practice. See if you can remember the definitions. You can have a bit of fun with it as well, practicing with someone testing you at home. Make a game of it. All right. I hope you've enjoyed our vocabulary for this unit, and you'll see me again for the next unit to teach you the next set of vocabulary words. We'll use exactly the same process so that it becomes nice and easy for you to follow at home. All right, bye for now.